How to start social media marketing. Welcome to the world of social media marketing. It's a place where you can connect with customers and make an impact on people's lives. But there are pitfalls that can make your brand look bad if you're not careful. To help keep you from making mistakes in the beginning stages of your social media marketing journey, this article will teach you how to avoid common pitfalls when starting out as a beginner. Set your goals. Before you start a social media marketing campaign, it's crucial to have some goals in mind. It's important to define what success looks like for your business and then map those goals onto social media channels. Social media goals should be smart, specific, measurable, achievable, relevant and time-bound. Your social media goals should reflect your business objectives. If you are not sure what those are yet or don't know how to measure success on each channel, ask employees, customers or other specialists in the field. Once you've established clear targets for each channel, and have a way of measuring progress against them, set up an editorial calendar that outlines when content will be posted and how often new posts should occur over time. You should also have a plan in place for your content. What kind of information will you share and when? How can you use social media to promote the products or services that your business offers? What types of content are most successful on each channel? You can find inspiration in other brands' posts and by monitoring what works and doesn't work for competitors. Create a persona for your target customer. You need to create a persona for your target customer. A persona is a fictional representation of your target customer and can help you understand the needs and interests of that person. It also helps you understand their demographics, age, gender, location, psychographics, personality traits, and behavior. This helps you tailor the content and messaging in your social media posts. Your persona should be based on market research. What social networks are they using? When are they active on those networks? What are their interests? Who will be managing your social accounts? You can use tools like Facebook Ads Manager or Google AdWords to find out who is searching for certain keywords related to your business or industry. Once you have a persona in mind, it's time to create your social media strategy. This should include a list of objectives, audience and content. Your strategy will help you decide which networks to use and how often to post on each one. You can also use the strategy to determine what type of content to post, for example, blog posts, infographics or videos. The next step is to create a calendar of scheduled posts. This allows you to plan ahead so that your social media accounts are updated consistently. You can use tools like Buffer, Hootsuite or Sprout Social for this purpose. Know your social networks. Knowing how to use social media is the first step, but you need to know what you are posting on each network, how often and when. You will want to know the best times at which content gets the most engagement. This is a matter of trial and error, but once you find out what works best for your audience, there are some general rules that apply across platforms. The right content can elicit an emotional response, i.e., laughter or anger, from your audience members. The right content should be timely and relevant. No one wants to see old news unless they were not able to see it when it actually happened. The right content should have a clear call to action, CTA. This means that you want to give your audience a reason to take action after they have read or viewed your content. The right content should be balanced between text and visuals, as well as being mobile ready so that it can easily be accessed on smartphones and tablets. The right content should be easily digestible in a short amount of time. It's important to remember that most people don't have the patience or attention span for long reads. Know what you're offering before you post it. Before you begin developing a social media marketing strategy, you need to have an idea of what it is that you're offering. It's not enough to just post content on your social media channels and hope that people will come running. You need to know what the value of your product or service is and how it fits into the lives of your audience. This will help guide your posts for maximum engagement and effectiveness. Also consider what other competitors are doing in this space and how they might be better positioned than you are, so that you can avoid making any fatal mistakes in your efforts. If you're a small business owner, this is especially important. You can't afford to waste time or money on social media that's not going to pay off. Make sure you have a clear understanding of what it is that makes your product or service unique and how it fits into people's lives before you start developing a marketing strategy. If you're a large business, or if you're in a very competitive niche where other companies are already doing well on social media, then it's also important to make sure that your efforts are not duplicating anyone else's. If there are other brands out there with similar offerings as yours and they're getting more engagement than yours is, then figure out why. Look at their content strategy, the types of posts they're posting and when they post them. Define your posting and engagement strategy. First, you need to define your posting and engagement strategy. This is the key to a strong social media campaign. What is your posting strategy? How often do you post? What time of day do you post? What is your engagement strategy? How many likes, comments and shares do you want to get on each post? Don't worry about this too much if it's just starting out. Maybe start with 5% each so that people will see the interaction happening between you and other users on your page as they scroll through their feeds/timelines. If someone takes an interest in what you're saying or doing, then they'll start following along. That's what we want right now, to build our audience base before spending money on ads later down the road when we've accumulated more followers/following fans who like what we're doing here at Social Media Marketing HQ, SMMHQ. You should also respond back whenever someone comments on something related or unrelated. Just make sure it isn't inappropriate language and content, because some people don't know any better than others when using social media platforms like Facebook, where anyone can read what might be considered offensive material without having any accountability whatsoever. Engage with other accounts to build trust. When you engage with other accounts, your followers will see that you are a real person and not just a bot. They will also be able to see that you have an interest in the same topics as them. This makes them feel like they can trust and relate to you, which is how they're likely to become loyal customers in the future. Engaging with other accounts helps build relationships which can help lead to opportunities such as guest posting or being interviewed on their podcast or blog. As long as it's something relevant, there's no limit to how high this engagement may go. Engaging with other accounts helps build relationships which can help lead to opportunities such as guest posting or being interviewed on their podcast or blog. As long as it's something relevant, there's no limit to how high this engagement may go. Engaging with other accounts helps build relationships which can help lead to opportunities such as guest posting or being interviewed on their podcast or blog. As long as it's something relevant, there's no limit to how high this engagement may go. Use the correct hashtag. To make sure that your hashtags are relevant, think about what you're posting about. If you're trying to sell shoes, then it's probably not a good idea to use the hashtag shoes area Weezom in case you lost your feet in fire. The best way to utilize hashtags is by choosing one or two that are related to your business or industry and using those consistently throughout all of your posts. This helps people find you when they search for topics related to those hashtags in question. It also helps people associate those topics with your brand because of how much they've seen them used together in social media posts. If you're still unsure about how hashtags work, there are plenty of resources online that can help. There are also plenty of apps that allow you to search for and organize hashtags, such as Tagboard. This will make it easier for you to keep track of all the different hashtags being used in your industry or niche. If you're looking to get the most out of your hashtags, then it's important to choose one or two that are related to your business. This helps people find you when they search for topics related to those hashtags in question. It also helps people associate those topics with your brand because of how much they've seen them used together in social media posts. Do not post content that is irrelevant to your brand or industry. Do not post content that is irrelevant to your brand or industry. Do not post content that is irrelevant to your followers. Do not post content that is irrelevant to your goals. Do not post content that is irrelevant to your target customer. Do not post content that is irrelevant to the social media platform you're posting on, Instagram versus Facebook versus Twitter. Conduct market research and competitive analysis. There are many reasons why conducting market research and competitive analysis are so important. The first reason is that you need to know your audience, which is different than just understanding them. Knowing your audience means understanding their wants, needs and behaviors and being able to cater to those things in a way that makes sense for your brand. The second reason is that it helps you understand the competition better so that when it comes time for a campaign, there won't be any surprises or blind spots. The third reason is simple. If you don't know what kind of content people are interested in seeing on social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram or Twitter, all platforms where businesses can use social media marketing effectively, then how can you possibly expect success? The fourth reason is that it helps you understand what kind of content people are interested in seeing on social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram or Twitter, all platforms where businesses can use social media marketing effectively. The fifth reason is that it allows you to create the foundation of your social media marketing strategy. The sixth reason is that it will help you determine which platforms are best for your brand and what kind of content works best for each platform. Focus on providing value to followers. Think of your social media presence as a tool to provide value to your followers. Give them something they can use, something that will help them in their lives. Be that tool for them. Provide value in the form of useful tips and information about your industry, but also consider providing products or services directly on social media as well. You want to think about how you can make your brand stand out from competitors, and one way is by providing valuable content that they won't get anywhere else, but only if it's relevant to what they actually need. If you post links to articles or blog posts all the time without engaging with people online, then what good are those articles really doing? You need to engage with followers on social media just as much as you do offline. In fact, engagement is one of the most important parts of successful marketing campaigns because it provides connections between like-minded individuals who share similar interests, and often lead those conversations. So answer questions posed by followers interested in knowing more about your brand or product. Ask them what they want to know about your brand or product. Ask them if there are any issues with it so far, and how we could improve. Be consistent in your posting. Consistency matters when it comes to social media marketing. Don't worry about posting too often, as long as your message is consistent and aligns with your brand identity. However, if you're a large business that posts at the same time every day, customers will expect those same times each day. If you have a small business or are just getting started with social media marketing, there are tools that can help schedule posts so they're posted on different days and times each week, for example, Monday mornings. You can also use these tools to plan out which types of content will be shared each week, for example, 1 image per week, 1 video per month, 2 blog posts per quarter, and then use them to create an editorial calendar where all this information is stored together in one place for quick reference later down the line. The point is to be consistent with your schedule and the types of content you share. This will help build trust among your followers, who will expect these posts every week. The best way to use social media marketing is by being consistent. You could post once a week, or even daily if you have the time and resources. Just make sure it's something that aligns with your brand identity. A beginner's guide to social media marketing for businesses. Social media marketing is a great way for businesses to grow. It's important to have a strategy in place before you start posting on social media. You need to know your target audience and what they want. You also need to be consistent in your posting so that people can get used to seeing your posts often, which will help build trust with your customers. You should research the market and your competitors before deciding how much time or money you want to spend on social media marketing campaigns, because if there is already competing businesses in the same niche as yours, then it might not be worth spending too much effort on this strategy or hiring an expensive specialist company who could simply do everything for you. Also remember, don't post content that's irrelevant just because it contains keywords related directly back towards the product/service being advertised. It won't work well enough because most likely people won't engage with these posts anyway. Social media is an important part of any business's marketing strategy, but it's not something that should be overlooked. If you want to get the most out of your investment, then you need to make sure that posts are relevant and engaging. Social media marketing is a great way to build your business and grow your brand. In this video we've covered some of the most important steps for getting started with social media marketing, including how to choose the right platforms, what tools you'll need and how much time it will take.